Hi, my name is Victoria, and I'm making this video. I've recently had a spinal fusion surgery, the L4, L5, S1, so it was a two-level spinal fusion. In addition, I had two discs replaced at the L4 and L5, had some spacers put in there. Also, I'm not sure what the other term is, but I had spinal stenosis, so they did something inside the vertebrae as well. So today is 1 month since I had the surgery done. I thought I'd make the video because there aren't a lot of videos on YouTube where people have had very successful recovery. So I thought I'd share what it's been like for the past month. To start with, just to give you a quick background, I am a 43, almost 44-year-old mom with three kids. They're a little bit older. They're going on 22, 16, and 13. And so I had my kids when I was pretty young. I had tremendously difficult pregnancies due to having spondylolisthesis. My third pregnancy, I was actually in a wheelchair for the last, I think it was 2 or 3 months. Could not walk at all. The pain going down my leg, I just could not walk at all. Throughout my life, I remember having the first painful episodes when I was about 9 years old, so I know this is a condition I've had my whole life. And I would, at times, be in so much pain that I'd be, down and out for a few days to a week, and then slowly overcome that. And this past year, a year ago, in 2015, November, I was working on an art project, and all of a sudden, I literally just felt like as if my back had gone out, and I had this pain shooting down my leg that was so severe that I could not walk. It was just unbearable. I kept saying, it's not back pain, it's butt pain. The pain in my behind and the pain in my calf were unbearable. I didn't have any insurance at the time, so I didn't know what was going wrong, couldn't afford an MRI. Had never felt anything so severe in my life. I was completely incapacitated. Went to the doctor, got MRI. We did one set of epidural steroid injection, and I got about 25% relief. So 2 weeks later, we did 2 shots at the L4 and L5, and within a few weeks, I had 100% relief. For the first time in my whole life, I had zero pain. I was able to do things at the gym that I've never been able to do, and I was so excited. I thought, oh my gosh, I found a cure. This is wonderful. About 5 months later, I started noticing some of the symptoms coming back, and I got scared, and I thought I could never go back to that kind of pain. So I went back to my doctor. He went ahead and gave me 2 more cortisone shots, and I waited and waited and waited for some relief. And I actually asked him, did you give me a placebo? Because nothing had improved. So I started to think that maybe it was time to consider having back surgery. My mom actually had back surgery, and it did not go well, so I was very frightened of that same experience happening to me. My daughter also had to have a spinal fusion at the age of 12. Our spondylolisthesis is the type that's congenital, so it creates a weakness and then a slippage, and so I knew what was involved with the surgery and the recovery, but I had 2 spectrums, one a 62-year-old woman where it didn't go well, and then a 12-year-old child where she was wanting to get on a skateboard at 6 weeks. So I really didn't know what to expect from my surgery. So on November 14th, I went in for surgery. I actually chose a different surgeon, one who I felt more well qualified. I met with him, and he had amazing reviews, and I'm really, really glad that I went with this particular surgeon. His name is Craig A. Kuhns, Kuhns, and he is in Austin, Texas. And I'm so glad that I chose that doctor. In fact, everybody who gave me care at the hospital said if they had to choose one doctor to work on their mom, it would be him. I had no idea, but lucky me. So I told them that I didn't want to be awake when they put me on the operating table. I've had surgery in the past where they've done that, and it's an awful feeling. So they told me to say goodbye. I went to sleep. The next thing I knew, I heard someone say, "Victoria, wake up, you're all done." And I said, I'm done with what? I had no idea that I had just had surgery. Not a clue. I wasn't in any pain. She was sweet enough. She had this little gauze pad that she had put some essential oils on. And so it was like lavender and maybe peppermint or eucalyptus or something, kind of helped wake me up. I imagine they wheeled me into my room, but I don't remember that. I just woke up in my room with my loved ones there. Again, not really in any pain, a little discomfort. Let's see, they had me up and walking within a few hours. They had me walk out to the nurse's station and back again very, very, very slowly. The main complaint that I had was that I felt very dizzy. I felt very, very dizzy, and the dizziness was making me feel nauseous. I remember feeling like there were like starbursts coming up out of the floor, this light sensation. It was really strange. And I continued to feel dizzy. One of the problems, I tend to run low on blood pressure, usually like I'm on the low side, so like 105 over 72 wouldn't be irregular for me. However, my blood pressure dropped down to 63 over 35, and they were really struggling to bring it back up, so they stopped giving me pain medication. Stopped giving me pain medication. I do not recommend. So they said that pain medication will drop your blood pressure, and they needed to bring it up. They did some additional blood work, and they realized that I was losing too much blood through my drains. They have attached 2 drains to me, and my hemoglobin had been 14 when I came in and had dropped to 7.7. So they decided that I needed blood transfusion. That didn't bother me at all. I have given blood many times, so I feel completely safe receiving blood transfusion. I know that might freak some people out, but I was happy to get past the dizziness. The first transfusion went off without a hitch of any kind. Other than the fact that probably the most painful part of the whole hospital recovery was that they tried 4 times to get that second IV into my right arm, and there's no Novocaine or anything like that. It's just a big old needle that they are jamming into your arm, and it was painful. I did not like that at all, and they weren't very, how shall I say, kind about it. At some point I just said, wait, hold on a second, and they said, oh, do you want us to tell the doctor that you're refusing the transfusion? And I said, no, I'm not refusing it. I want you guys to hit the vein. So that was a little bit of a that's probably the most painful part of the whole recovery in the hospital. So flash forward, and I stayed there a total of, let's see, I went in for surgery on Monday at 1 o'clock. I was back in my room, I think, by about 9 p.m. And then I left on a Thursday afternoon. And yeah, it's some discomfort. I mean, I can't say it was really painful. It was just discomfort. It was a little, you're wobbly. Your legs are wobbly. I should tell you, they put, Dr. Kunz, he put, in addition to the 2 rods and the 6 screws that go for the fusion, the 2 additional discs, spacers in between, he also put a very large screw into my hip. And that was to stabilize the whole structure. Because of the different complications that I had, he needed to stabilize that. So I actually had more hip pain than I did back pain. I think if that screw hadn't been in my hip, I probably wouldn't have felt any pain at all. So I went home on Thursday, went to bed. I had some, wonderful care. My boyfriend has moved in temporarily to take care of me and my household, and my mom was staying over, and they were kind of working in shifts, so that when he would go to work, she'd come over, and vice versa. At home, I really didn't have any difficulty. I was tired. It's frustrating. I'm a very active person. I struggled not being allowed to do things. No bending, lifting, twisting. I take that very seriously, and I'm trying really hard to stay on that. Those instructions that my doctor gave me. I've had people coming over and bringing meals, and just coming to visit, which is helpful because you just really get, I get stir crazy being here alone. Although I've got my wonderful little, this is Olive. and she's my wonderful little pup, and she keeps me company all day long, and she's sitting here right next to me right now. So yeah, so the instructions I was no bending, lifting, twisting, no lifting anything over approximately 5 pounds or a gallon of milk, and I've stuck to that. And weeks 1 through 3 were pretty uneventful. Week 3 into 4, I got sick with some sort of, I honestly don't know if it's because I stopped taking my medications kind of cold turkey. I was taking oxycodone, 2 tablets, 10 over 325, every 2 of them every 6 hours, and I just kind of stopped cold turkey. The Monday of the beginning of the 4th week, I started vomiting. I was very dizzy. I felt sick to my stomach. I got chills and fever. I really didn't know what was going on. And it's cleared up. There seems to be something going around in the community. I know a lot of people who are actually out with stomach flu right now. So it's not much fun to be sick to your stomach when you're recovering from back surgery, but it is what it is. At least I'll be well in time for Christmas. We are about 2 weeks out from Christmas. So let's see, what else can I tell you? So this week, I saw my doctor last Friday, about 5 days ago, and he told me he wants me to start getting up to walking 5 miles a day. And I kind of looked at him like, you must be crazy. I've been like in bed. And so he looked at me like, you must be crazy. You need to get out of bed. So I'm slowly working up to that. I'm out doing some Christmas shopping now, and help my boyfriend shop for a new car. And yes, I am feeling discomfort at the end of the day, but not pain. At the end of the day, I'm ready to get off my feet. I'm not real comfortable sitting for long periods of time. But overall, it's been, I think, a pretty easy recovery. I don't know if I just have a higher pain tolerance than other people, or I'm not sure. It's not really painful. It's, there's a feeling of heaviness on my lower back. There's a feeling of almost like being like weighted down on my lower back. Standing for any length of time, not very comfortable. Don't recommend. I can't reach over, I can't reach to wrap Christmas gifts right now, so I'll be getting help for that. But I was able to pick up around the kitchen today, and I'm sure my boyfriend will be very pleased that he doesn't have to clean the countertops and do that sort of thing today. So I'll check back in about 6 weeks. I go back and I'll get x-rays done. And I was going to see if maybe, I've never actually made a video before, so I'm not sure if this will work, but I was going to see if some way I could show a picture of that. Okay. They did x-rays in the hospital, immediately. That doesn't really show very well. Immediately after the surgery, you can see the one very large screw going into my hip, and the other screws at the lower part of my spine. Then you can see my spine still isn't totally straight, but I'm sure it's far better than it would have been. So thanks for watching. I hope I gave you some useful information. Feel free to ask any questions you have in the comments. You may have some sort of question that I didn't answer. So feel free to leave a question and I'll respond. I'm sitting here at home bored, so I have plenty of time to respond to you. Okay, thanks so much.